Okay, so next we want to do the body, and the body's a little tougher. See, got all kinds of stuff here. Let's start with this mouth. Again, edit mode. And what I'm going to be doing is thinking about the transition of the gums, how they work, and try to get an edge loop in this area. So we'll go in here and mark seam. I want to completely chop off his head. Mark seam. These ears protrude too much. They'll never fly, so I have to cut off his ears. Mark seam. Definitely going to have a hard time with keeping the leg on, so I'll have to chop those off too. Doing these are violent. Mark seam. Now, would I have to do both sides of the character? Well, I could. It's just a lot faster than going back and remirroring it sometimes. Whoops. So why not take advantage of it? Let's just go mark seam. Okay, for this, I'm looking for an edge loop that ends in an extraordinary vertice like this. In other words, this one would be bad because look at what would happen. But this one, not so bad because you can control it. And look at that, it goes all the way to the other foot. Sweet. Let's mark seam. Okay, I'll continue with that trend. Mark seam, and I'm going to try to duplicate that on the the other side here. So I'm guessing this edge going all the way around. There. So keep those extraordinary vertices handy. They do help you with the edge flow on things. Mark seam. Okay. The bottom, I will have to split this. So this is getting in my way as far as that is concerned. Let's go to the arrow. And now I don't have the widget in my way. So right here is what I clicked on. Let's go to mark seam. I do want the bottom of the character to be one piece because that on dragons is just a totally different texture altogether, and the top's a totally different texture altogether from the bottom, or a type of noise. It's dragon scales on the top, and then usually at the bottom it's some kind of bigger scales. So I want to lop off the tail. Again, I'm looking for those extraordinary vertices to keep that mark seam. This one's probably another one. Good. Now, would it be better to keep that on the top or bottom? And let's see. I'll mark this seam because I got too much highlighted. But I think I want to reroute this to the bottom of the character. Just like that. Again, that will hide a seam. Okay, these feet are definitely not going to fly all the way until I cut these. Okay, so mark seam. Are we having fun yet? Okay, let's try it out. See what else I need. I probably need a few more things, but best to just plunge forward. L, U, unwrap. Okay, I'm not sure where it got this texture at. That's weird. But I'm gonna go to new image and choose a gray and hit OK. That way I can see what I'm doing. Alright, now I'm just looking around for different things like stretched or pulled UVs. And a way to find where these are located is if you do keep mesh active. So this button right here. So if I highlight this area, I can quickly find over here where it's at. Again, I would have to go to the widget. Okay, so this area right here is not being cut out. And we can clearly see that it would need an edge that goes from here to here. Again, I want to keep this on the downside of things. So I go and route that right there. Mark seam. Again, A or L, U, unwrap. Okay, so again, just kind of look around. Look for things that looks weird. And I can only declare weird as, hey, this might need some help in this one area because it looks awful small compared to, see how small this looks compared to this. Now this is the back of the eye. I can give 2 iotas about that, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, this is looking awful kind of funky. Where's that at? Okay, this is the ear. So is this the interior of the ear? Yes. Where's this at? This is the very tip of the ear. And you can see how big this face is compared to how big this face is. Those two don't match up. So the stress on that is causing it to be pulled. To alleviate it, I'm just going to go look for an edge that I can put in, and I'll put it on the downside of the character, maybe right here, and mark that seam. Again, I'll do that on this side also. Okay, keep looking. Feet look amazing. Tail looks good. So I think that concludes it. So L, U, unwrap. Okay, you can see now the ears don't have any really tight spots. And all it really is a comparison to size. You could put a checkerboard on this, just like I did in some of the previous videos. In fact, it would be nice to know how to put a checkerboard into Blender just to kind of check things out. So in the next video, I'll show you how to do that.